Good morning, everyone. Wednesday, July 17th, 2024. My name is Matt. This is your daily crypto news. Please make sure you check us out on X. That is at DCN Daily Crypto. Make sure you're following us on Substack, which is at DCN Daily Crypto News. And of course, like always, you can send us an email, matt@dailycryptonews.net. Let's get into it. So I'm going to start with my favorite news of the day. North Korean hackers are infiltrating jobs and earning up to around $600 million annually. I didn't say crypto jobs, but crypto jobs. And see, they're taking advantage of the crypto community's anonymity. So basically, a lot of companies respect your privacy, respect that you don't want to say your name. They'll pay you in crypto. You're somewhere in the world, and they'll hire you for a job. And North Korea hackers are figuring that out. So they're submitting fake applications, doctored CVs, and getting hired at companies. The United Nations reports that around 4,000 North Koreans are trying to penetrate the tech industry, including the crypto industry, to gather data, hack, and steal assets. Over the last 7 years, around 58 suspected cyber heists happened with North Korea at the helm. The hackers stole around $3 billion in crypto assets. So if you're a hiring person, just know that these fake applicants often refuse to show their faces on video calls, have discrepancies in their CVs, and use blurred backgrounds. Most of the times, they have a script to read from if they're doing a job interview, and they're calling from the same room with other people in it. Which, living in Asia for quite some time, a lot of people usually did live in the same room, or you go to a public space with Wi-Fi and make phone calls as well, because space is limited. But this is more of like a call center / business. By the way, have you seen The Beekeeper? You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, The Beekeeper is a movie, and yes, I actually watched it. Anyway, don't yuck my yums. So this is an actual thing. Coinbase, Binance, they're posting job openings. Around 1,200 new job openings from those companies were posted in May alone. Some North Korean crypto employees earn up to $60,000 a month. And apparently they're allowed to keep 30% of it and giving the rest back to the government. And so where is this money going? It's evidence that it's going to fund North Korea's nuclear weapons program. And I think it's funny because they found out that you can just get a job and make money. And one thing I didn't find in this article, in this news, is how are these North Korean employees actually doing? Are they doing good work, or are they just there to try to figure out a way to hack a system? Maybe both. Anyway, if you are, and I doubt you're going to do this, I hope you're not. If you do hire people, make sure you meet them. Make sure you get their CV. Make sure that they unblur their background, and do a little due diligence on the people before you start paying them in crypto. Speaking of somebody that should have been paid in crypto, you'll understand what I'm saying in a minute. The jury found U.S. Senator Bob Menendez, he's a Democrat from New Jersey, guilty on all charges following accusations that he accepted massive bribes from wealthy businessmen. He was found guilty on all 16 counts on charges ranging from conspiracy to commit bribery to acting as a foreign agent. He received hundreds of thousands of bribes, including gold, cash, and even a Mercedes-Benz. And here's the kicker. Even though he's receiving all of that as bribes, he continued to say and have a narrative that Bitcoin is the ideal choice for criminals. At Amuse tweeted, New York City jury found Democrat Senator Bob Goldbar Menendez guilty. Senator Menendez blamed his wife for taking the bribes, but he really should have blamed her for not insisting on Bitcoin instead of gold. Which is a statement in itself that probably gets some people like Senator Elizabeth Warren, pissed off and looking to ban Bitcoin. But at the end of the day, remember, he was taking bribes in not Bitcoin. So can we stop the narrative that only criminals use Bitcoin? Menendez could face around 222 years in prison if his sentences are served consecutively. Now, is he going to resign from office? I hope so. It's an absolute shame. It's an absolute shame. Honestly, he should just get locked up right now. Doesn't matter if he's in office. They should go there, arrest him, throw him in jail, and then he could resign from jail. Are you a hodler of WorldCoin, the WLD token? I hope you are, because it's mooning. It just went up around 40% following an announcement that an extended lockup period for its investors and team members will be initiated. 80% of the WLD tokens allocated to the investors and team members will be extended from 3 to 5 years. The The WorldCoin price reached around $3.13, making a staggering, like I said, over 40% climb since yesterday. See, the original plan allowed for the WLD tokens to start unlocking on July 24th of this year. The original schedule would have all the tokens unlocked daily over a 2-year period and conclude by July of 2026. Well, that is now changed. Extends this period with the tokens unlocking daily over 4 years and ending by July of 2028. This new plan reduced the amount of daily unlock by around 40%. See, originally it was around 3.3 million WLD tokens per day. It's down to about 2 million. Currently, around 6 million individuals have orb-verified world IDs. If you remember, last week there was a lot of pressure because Germany was selling Bitcoin, and now it's over. And they said that their emergency sale of nearly 50,000 Bitcoin has netted the agencies an unprecedented $2.88 billion. When they got the stash, it was worth around $2.1 billion back in January. If you remember us talking last week, we're wondering what's going on with all of the German Bitcoin. Are they in the money now? And why did they sell when they did? Well, the proceeds don't initially represent any additional income for Germany. They are actually held in custody until criminal proceedings have concluded. And like I speculated yesterday, different countries and different jurisdictions around the world and even the United States, they have different laws of how they're supposed to sell assets. So if you seize an asset, you just can't, hodl it and trade it and, do whatever. You have a way and there's a procedure of selling those assets. And that's what happened in Germany. The Bitcoin price and market conditions were irrelevant to its decision to sell the Bitcoin, and that it was prohibited from waiting for prices to go up. So they couldn't just hodl Bitcoin. Rather, the goal was just to carry out the sale as quickly as possible. And with that quickly as possible, number went up and they sold at a profit. I would assume that if number went down, they would sell at a loss. They just wanted to liquidate it as quickly as possible. Well, since that selling pressure is done and everybody's not as fearful as they were, the 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs listed in the United States recorded a cumulative inflow of $422.5 million yesterday. Bitcoin's price has recovered 23% since hitting its lows of $53,500 on July 5th. 23% up in around 2 weeks. So who had the most inflows? We could probably guess. BlackRock's IBIT amassed over $260 million on Tuesday. Fidelity Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund tallied the second most inflows with around $61.1 million. And then ARK was third place with around $30 million of inflows. At Nate Gerassi, he tweeted this: iShares Bitcoin ETF now over $20 billion in assets and taking in $250 million on a random Tuesday. $20 billion. 6 months after launch. I think we can safely put the degen retail narrative to bed. Advisors and institutional investors clearly showing up to this party. Let's show up to our own party and see what the crypto prices are doing.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
And the time is 8:17 a.m. Pacific Daylight Savings Time. Fear of greed is almost greedy, but it's still stuck at neutral at 58. I think the market's like fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. They're not falling for it until we get higher Bitcoin prices. Bitcoin's sitting at $65,065, up 1.3% in 24. Ethereum's at $3,460, up 0.8. Tether's number 3. Binance is at $576, up 0.6. And Solana's at $159, up 1.6. Rounding off the top 10, we have USDC. XRP's on a tear. It's up 5% at 60.7 cents, or almost 40% on the week. Toncoin's at 7.28, down 1%. Dogecoin's at 12.4, up 2%. And Cardano's at 45 cents even, up 0.6%. The total market cap is up 2% at $2.39 trillion, a Bitcoin dominance of 53.8, and an ETH dominance of 17.4. That's our show. I am Matt. Now you, happy hodl.